VGK winds up their 5-game road trip in Dallas in a battle of divisional leaders tonight against the Stars. Our preview comes your way next, right here on Locked On Golden Knights.
You're Locked On Golden Knights, your daily podcast on the Vegas Golden Knights, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Hi again, everyone. Happy Thanksgiving Eve. Tony Cardasco, Chris Golick here from Las Vegas. Thanks for making us your first listen every day. Find us wherever you get your podcasts and subscribe, please, on our YouTube channel that's Locked On Golden Knights. We are brought to you by FanDuel. Go to FanDuel.com/LockedOn and kick off this NFL season where you could get $200 in bonus bets guaranteed when you place just a $5 bet. Chris, everyone wants to eat on Thanksgiving. I'm not going to lie. I want to sleep. I need to sleep all day, catch up on sleep, whatever that is, whatever sleep is, whatever that looks like. That's what I want to do.
Put me in front of the couch with some football and possibly a beverage or two, and it's going to be a great day tomorrow.
Okay, so
we did our Christmas lights last night, Tony.
Wait.
We decorated last night.
Did you put up your Christmas tree too this week?
Everything is up. It's Christmas in the Golick household.
No way.
Well, we have family coming over for Thanksgiving on Saturday and all that. So we wanted the festive spirit and all that. And
wait. So we
had no plans last night. So we're good. We're ready to go.
There's Canadian Thanksgiving. There's U.S. Thanksgiving. There's Golick Thanksgiving. And so whoever's in last place by Golick Thanksgiving on Saturday.
The second segment. You're blowing my cover in the second segment already. I'm concerned if blank is in last place by Golick Thanksgiving.
Okay, so VGK has 3 points in 4 games played, and they go to Dallas tonight. Stars atop the Central Division, 25 points. That division has just been unpredictable, to say the least. This will be the third 5 straight home games. So rigged for Dallas tonight. They beat the Yotes in overtime, a loss to the Avs 6-3. They beat the Rangers with 6 straight goals, 6-3 there. So they wound up, it's really crazy because the Avalanche had an avalanche of goals, scored 6 consecutive goals. Then they come back, the Stars do, and they score 6 straight goals against my Rangers. So this is a rematch of the playoff series with the Western Conference final there. The 2 participants, won by VGK 4-2. Should be entertaining to say the least. 2 not quite dominant teams leading their divisions as they will battle tonight in Big D.
What I liked was the Golden Knights Twitter handle had a little jab. Just simply it said, a building we're familiar with, or something along the lines of that, as they showed the team practicing for a brief second. Just a subtle little reminder that the Golden Knights did, in fact, eliminate the Dallas Stars last year in their building. So that's number one. Number two, Cassidy did talk about in one of his press conferences leading up to the game that the Stars remember, right? You know, this is the team that eliminated them last year. There was plenty of animosity when the teams met about a month ago now, whatever it was, plus or minus. And point being is everyone's ready for this game tonight. The Golden Knights know exactly what's coming, and it's going to be a very tough, heavy, physical affair where every inch of ice is going to have to be earned. I'm guessing the fight prop is in play tonight. Kolesar is probably feeling better from that shot off the noggin he took another week or so back during the road trip, and actually it was a week ago, right? That was the Caps game, I believe.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a fun one tonight, and it's an important game for the Golden Knights. They don't want to get through this road trip with just 3 points. This road trip has gone exactly how you and I called it, Tony. We both thought 5 points was about the ceiling for this road trip, and it's not a knock on the team if they only get 5 points. It's not the worst road trip in the world. I'll call it a successful road trip if the Golden Knights come away with 2 points any way, shape, or form tonight.
Very tough to cover. Rupe Hintz, that's really tough proposition tonight. 9 players in double figures with point totals for the Dallas Stars. Pavelski, 17, Hintz, 16 are at the top of the heap for the Dallas Stars. It's been a pretty balanced attack. When does Cassidy? I had a question about goaltending. When does Cassidy go with a goalie back to back? I was
Well,
thinking about this yesterday because he keeps flip flopping back and forth. I think for a goalie to really get into a groove, they need to play successive games. No,
he's done it a couple times, I believe, already. Aiden Hill early in the season started. And when we say back to back, we don't mean Tuesday, Wednesday. We mean
no.
Aiden Hill starting two
There's
consecutive
only 8 of
games.
them. There's only 8 of those such games for
Fair
VGK
enough, Tony. There you go.
back to back.
It's happened at least once. I feel like it's happened. It happened twice. It happened
All right.
not to
No,
start the road trip. It happened the
sorry
2
to
games
throw you
before
off
the road
here.
trip.
I just
No,
called
no,
an
no, you're
audible.
good here. You're good. And I
I
got
called an
somewhere I'm
audible 'cause
going
I'm
with
just
this.
thinking about VGK, and some teams are playing goalies 2, 3 times in a row. And I think that for you to get into a groove as a goaltender, correct me if I'm wrong, you really need to get more reps.
Yes and no. I mean, I think every goalie wants to play, but I think Aiden and Logan understand the situation. So it happened early in the season, and then it also happened the 2 games prior to the road trip, LA and San Jose. Aiden Hill started both of those games. And then Coach Cassidy said the goalies are going to chop it up on the road trip pretty much. But then he also mentioned the 2 goalies will go against Dallas and Arizona. They're not sure which way it's going to go. So to answer your question, I'm pretty sure tonight you're going to see that happen where Aiden's going to go back to back. I think this is the game that's a little more important of the 2. Aiden Hill is the starter of this team right
I
now, at
just threw
least.
that out there. Yeah, I didn't know.
No, Aiden Hill's the starter of this team. Aiden's going to go. I
Okay,
have
whoa,
no
whoa, whoa, whoa.
confirmation.
Whoa. You said LT was a better goaltender at the start of the season.
I did say LT is a
You
better
said he's going to
goaltender at
get
the
more
start of the
starts.
season. I did say
The
LT's
guy
going to
that they're
get more
paying,
starts.
guy that they're paying is going to play more. That's what I said.
And that's fair. It's how it might happen. And by the time the dust settles, it might be 55-45. It might be 51-49. One of these 2 might likely get hurt because that's what's happened in both their careers. So,
Uh-huh.
if they both stay healthy the whole time, I still will triple down that Logan gets more starts in the end because that's my hill. That's the hill I'm dying on. That came out weird, but yeah.
I never stay according to form here with this roster over here. This
We're still talking. It's over there. You got to. I can't keep pointing because I'll hit you in the head. But there you go.
Over there. Okay, it's
We're
backwards.
talking about the game. We're talking about the game still.
Okay, so the third line. I think this is a team in the Dallas Stars that rolls 4 lines just like VGK. Well, sometimes we see DeBoer go off course himself, but that third line, I think we have a really good matchup with Jason Robertson, Wyatt Johnson, and good old Evgeny Dodonov.
That's a
on
great.
that
That's
third
a
line.
third line. That's a great
Yes.
line. Oh my
How about
God.
that line for the Dallas Stars? That's what they've been rolling on line 3, and that is of some concern for me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, if it doesn't necessarily work out line versus line as far as rotations and in-game matchups go, but there's the Golden Knights have the right person to defend that line in William Karlsson if it was line versus line. And the old line, I mean, it seems like Cassidy is going to go back to the opening night lines for a little while. We had a fun segment yesterday talking about juggling the lines. I wrote an article kind of summarizing that as well on Vegas Hockey Now, talking about if I was in charge, what I'd do with the lines. And I do think a line juggle could be coming at some point, maybe not tonight. But yeah, I mean, look at that. I had no idea that was the third line until you said that. I just pulled it up on Daily Faceoff here. And
Is
I
that
mean,
still the third line? That's what I
according to
saw.
Daily Faceoff, it is. And then,
Okay.
so they would match up obviously against Amadio, Carlson, and Brett Howden of the Howden line. There you go, Tony. Or Howden's on the second line, so it's probably Paul Cotter.
Cotter.
Looking at the stats of that line, let's see here. So Wyatt Johnson, he's got 14 points. Robo, Jason Robertson, as they call him, has 15 points. I mean, geez, that's
just balanced scoring across the board with his team.
Yep, and Dodonov, I mean, he's got 4 and 2, but that's okay. I mean, that's although here's the concern about that line. Dodonov is a -8. So Robo is a -3.
Wow.
And Johnston, the second-year vet now, is a 0. So that's where you get it. I mean, they're going to score. If you can keep them off the sheet, this is a spot where our third and fourth line, the Golden Knights, that is, will have a good chance to get a lot of scoring attempts. That's when it's going to be a track meet when their third line is out there. That's when the track meet happens tonight.
Yeah, I'm just so curious. How do you give up 6 consecutive goals? Dallas was leading the
Because the third
Avalanche.
line was out there. That's why.
The third line, obviously.
And they scored 6 goals the other night, probably.
Dadonov was just a -2 until that Avalanche, 6 straight goals.
The stars aligned in that game.
Jeez. But yeah, how do you give up 6 goals? You're up 3-0. You give up 6 straight. Then they trail the Rangers, right? 3-0, and then they score 6 straight. Very odd. Jake Ottinger, is he going to be in net tonight? Or I have to guess. Why do the Golden Knights a lot of the times get the number 2 goalie? I don't quite understand why teams would not prepare for VGK if that's the team that they're shooting for.
It's a fair question. I mean, obviously the Golden Knights had a back-to-back scenario against a team that rolls 3 goalies, apparently, in the Pittsburgh Penguins. I mean, Nedeljkovic is out there potting AHL goals on Friday night, and then he says, I'm just going to shut out the Golden Knights on Sunday. Like, good job, bro. I mean, Wedgwood, I don't know. I think tonight you get Ottinger again. I don't see a path to them not starting Ottinger. I could be wrong. I mean,
is Ottinger back to being good, or is he still kind of?
I mean, he's got a .920 save percentage and 2.5 goals against, but the goals against I don't put a whole lot of concern into, because in looking at what that third line's doing is that's telling me the Stars are winning some high event hockey. I'd have to assume Ottinger at a 2.50 goals against is probably higher than where he's been throughout his career. I only have this year's stats right now, so I'd have to assume it's a little higher than where it's been, but his save percentage is right where it needs to be. And Ottinger usually gets up when the Golden Knights come to town. And I mean, Ottinger crushed the Golden Knights for basically 57 minutes until William Karlsson had a tip in to tie it late. And, the Golden Knights won the skills competition at the end of the game. Whoop-de-doo.
Coming up next, we're going to be talking about, hey, I'm concerned if blank happens. If blank happens, this is a special from Chris Golick. We'll talk about that when we return next, right here on Locked On Golden Knights. For this NFL season, check out FanDuel. It's America's #1 sportsbook, and right now, new customers get $200 in bonus bets guaranteed when you place a $5 bet. That's $200 in bonus bets, win or lose. If you've been thinking about joining FanDuel, there's no better time to do so. You've got point spreads, player props, over-unders, and much, much more. And speaking of totals and over-unders, Chris, how about this one? We've got Iowa versus Nebraska. In college football, the total over-under in points is an all-time low. This is the lowest it's ever been. The total's 26.5 points. 26.5 in college football with all these athletes going at it. And earlier this season against the Rutgers Scarlet Knights, I want to say that the point spread was about 30 points, and it went under. It went under. How does that happen?
This game could be tied 3-3, literally, and go over in overtime. This is one of those crazy games.
Right. It could very well happen. But everyone's
action. It'll be a fun game to watch. Get action on that one.
Everyone's taken the under there. And Iowa's had the 3 lowest point spread totals in the history of college football this season. Unbelievable. So go to FanDuel.com. That's what we're getting at here, /locked on. You could check out NFL games plus college games. Go to FanDuel, which is the official partner of the National Football League. We also want to tell you about Sleeper. And if you want to win 100 times your money, play daily fantasy hockey on the Sleeper app. These are all possible scenarios for this upcoming season. Jack Eichel scoring 50 goals. Like I say, I still think he's going to bust out, have 50 goals. VGK could repeat as the champions, what have you. You need to play daily fantasy hockey on Sleeper as the official daily fantasy app of the Locked On NHL Network. Sleeper is our top choice for daily fantasy sports, especially daily fantasy hockey. With Sleeper, you can win 100 times your cash in daily fantasy hockey contests. There's all sorts of contests there, and you can make your picks in less than a minute. And so if you have a lot of studs that you want to play, we talked about JT Miller the other day. Crosby, yeah, he had a point streak that was broken, I think, right before the VGK game in Carolina. Cale Makar, all sorts of players out there. All you need to do is pick more or less stats for these stars. Choose the stats like goals, like assists, saves, plus minus, and more. And you heard us VGK fans 100 times payout on Sleeper. So start paying attention and get your picks right, and you could win big. Use the promo code LOCKDOWNNHL, and you will get up to $100 match on your first deposit. Terms and conditions apply. That's LOCKDOWNNHL. See Sleeper's terms and conditions for details. Welcome back, Locked On Golden Knights. Tony Cardasco, Chris Golick from Las Vegas. Thanks for making us your first listen every day. We appreciate you doing so much. We're very thankful for that. Tomorrow's theme should be thanking everyone, right? I think.
We'll have a thankful theme tomorrow. We'll have a segment about being thankful for fun things, and it could be fun things and serious things and things that matter and things that don't matter. It'll be great.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't have plans
for fill in the blank. There you go, Tony. Our fill in the blank segment.
My fill in the blank is I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow. Like, I just can't plan. So I've been broadcasting games yesterday, 3 games yesterday.
Wearing 2 pairs of socks.
2 pairs of socks there at the Dollar Loan Center Arena, not the Dollar Loan Center, because I had a guest in town that was supposed to meet us for an event at the Dollar Loan Center Arena. Winds up on Boulder Highway at the Dollar Loan Center in the Uber. It's like, I'm here, but I don't see an arena. Yeah. So, but a lot of fun. And so that's Ball Dogs Classic. Ball Dogs Classic. This is a topic that you wanted to talk about today, Mr. Chris Golick of Golick's Thanksgiving. So at what point should fans more or less be concerned? And you're saying, I'm concerned if blank happens.
I'm going to start with special teams right now. I'm concerned if both of the special teams wind up on the outside of the top 10. The Golden Knights penalty kill right now is 10th. The power play is 9th. The Golden Knights, they're having a little bit of a rough skid right now. But the special teams, at least, are, I won't say carrying the team, because top 10 is good. It's not great. But it's the power play isn't losing games, nor is it winning games. Same can be said about the penalty kill. There's games where special teams might be the difference, especially when it's, a tightly contested 5-on-5 game. We've heard so many times in the post-game pressers, hey, it's a tie game. We lost this one in special teams, or, we got there in special teams. So in a rough patch like this, and I think the rough patch might continue, Golden Knight fans, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but if the special teams can at least hang out in the top 10, that'll take some pressure off as the Golden Knights try and figure it out.
Okay. I would be concerned if William Karlsson stopped scoring, because he's been the scoring machine. I'm just being honest with you.
No, I'm 100% with you on that. Is that Karlsson is no, it was, I was going to just blurb about it at some point, but it wasn't one of my keys necessarily, but 100% with you. Karlsson right now is the lifeline, and he's the heartbeat of the team. Give him credit for that. I know Tony's going to start getting like a nervous tick if I keep, saying all these good things about Karlsson, but the fact is things have been going really well for William Karlsson this season. And if William Karlsson wasn't doing what he's doing, we could not be talking about the Golden Knights that are in first place in the Pacific Division, which I'm concerned if the Golden Knights fall down to third place in the division. There you go. Nice little segue. Because don't look, Golden Knights fans, but the Canucks are only 1 point behind. If the Canucks defeat the Avalanche tonight and the Golden Knights fall to the Dallas Stars in regulation, all of a sudden the Golden Knights are in second place in the Pacific. And the LA Kings, they got 25 points. That's only 3 points behind the Golden Knights. I try not to put too much into standings, but it gets in your head a little bit. And standings don't matter as much maybe until about February. I think that's when you really start watching what's happening around you. That's when we were all scoreboard watching Edmonton, because they went on a friggin' tear from February to the end of the season, after the All-Star break. But if the Golden Knights fall down to third, that's when I think there's a little bit of now some outside interference, if you will, kind of gets in your heads.
I think the goaltending is still playing a little bit above their heads. I think it's balanced out on this road trip. They've given up, what was it, 7 goals apiece, something in that vicinity. And I think that, at times they're starting to give up some goals. So I'm concerned for VGK still with goaltending. I believe in these two goalies, but at times I really feel as though, and now I remember last year they need a goaltender with Stanley Cup experience. Well, now they have one in Aiden Hill, which is kind of crazy, right? But I'm concerned
What a
about
ride with the goalies last year. I'm still amazed about that, but yeah.
right. But at any time, I just still feel that it could go belly up.
Listen, that's why the Golden Knights have 2 serviceable goalies. And, Aiden Hill, I'll still say 4.9 was a bit high. But when you look at the totality of the spending on the goalies, it's under $6 million for 2 goalies, pardon me, who are going to possibly make a run at the Jennings. I mean, it's right now either the Golden Knights goalies or, Ullmark and Swayman over in Boston. Just kind of wait to see how that's going to go. The Jennings is awarded to the goaltenders. It's the team with the most wins for the goalies. Least I forgot the exact terminology for the Jennings Trophy. I'm blanking here, but point being is it can be awarded to a tandem of goalies based on their goalies with the least goal. There we go. Goalies with the least goals given up against. If both goalies have 25 or greater starts, then they can share the award, as Robin Lehner and Marc-Andre Fleury did a few years ago. So Robin Lehner, trophy winner. But right now, goalies 9.29 save percentage for Aiden, Logan 9.20. So right now, the goalies are fine. I'm concerned if those save percentages do dip, both maybe in the 907 range or something like that, then obviously the goalies aren't carrying the team as well. One more thing for me. So the Golden Knights, their defense is fully healthy right now. Haig obviously still needs to get his feet under him. He looked a little sluggish in the Pittsburgh game, but he was out for 2 weeks or something like that. So that's going to happen. But now that the defense is fully intact, hopefully there's no surprises for tonight's game against the Stars. Now, if the Golden Knights continue this skid with a healthy defense, that's a concern. The defense has carried this team for the last couple of seasons, so to speak. And I forgot how crazy good they were last season when the defense was fully healthy. But I feel like it was at a pace of 75% point percentage, meaning in 20 games, the Golden Knights are going to get 15 points if the Golden Knights top 6 starting defensemen are healthy and playing games together. So now that for the second game of the season, that's all it is, second game of the season, because White Cloud was gone for so long. Haig was gone. Obviously, everyone besides Theodore and McNabb have missed time. But now that the top 6 is healthy, if they have an under 500 record, even with a tough schedule ahead, remember, the Golden Knights only got 1 home game. They're home Saturday against the Coyotes. Then they go to Canada to play Gary, Edmonton, Vancouver, and then they come back home against the Capitals. That's not an easy little trip right there. So Golden Knights defense really needs to start carrying the team like they did last year.
And I'm most concerned right now because Bruce Cassidy is not swaying. He's not swaying as much as he did last season.
Leave Cassidy.
And he doesn't have the good spray on tan yet. He needs that trip to Florida. He tried to rig the schedule so that he would be in Florida already.
I'm trying to look at the schedule to see when they go down there. And I don't. Oh, there we go. Looks like. Okay, so this is weird. Let's see. They don't go to Tampa. So they're. Oh no, that's a home game. Never mind. That's a home game. They always play those games like that.
When do they go to Florida? That's our question. This is how we.
I'm concerned if the Golden Knights don't. Oh, here we go. Okay. Oh, it's going to be right before Christmas.
Okay.
Boom, for the holidays. He's going to look good for the holidays. He's going to look good for the holidays. I like it.
Okay, coming up next, is little Chris going to be on our show today?
Someone, I think they're both awake.
So.
I think we got him.
Oh, this should be great. Coming up next, it is our locks of the night and our predictions as well. Don't go away. Right here on Locked On Golden Knights. We know how this time of year could be. It could be a difficult time of year for most. This time of the year could be a lot. It is natural to feel some sadness or some anxiety about it. But adding something new and positive to your life can really help to counteract some of those feelings. We're going to tell you today about therapy. It can be a bright spot amid all of the stress and all the change, and something to look forward to make you feel grounded and to give you some of the tools to manage everything that's going on. There's quite a lot in everyone's life, especially at this time of year. So, therapy is helpful. It can help you to learn positive coping skills and also how to set boundaries. If you are thinking of starting therapy, you need to try BetterHelp, folks. BetterHelp, it's entirely online. It's designed to be convenient, to be flexible, and to be suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire as you will get matched with a licensed therapist. I think this is really good at this time of year. And switch therapists anytime for no additional charge. Find your bright spot this season with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/LockedOnNHL today and get 10% off of your first month. And that is BetterHelp, HELP.com/LockedOnNHL. Welcome back, Locked On Golden Knights. Tony Cardasco and Chris Golick, the Thanksgiving Eve edition of Locked On Golden Knights, which
Oh,
means,
Chris, you gotta go in
is he on vacation already? What do you do? Spill a little Cheerios on his
No,
shirt?
no. He's got a Super Mario shirt, so I think he's got to take a Mario just because of his shirts.
Oh, or okay. Does he have a Peter Angelo shirt?
Do you have a Petrangelo shirt? No, we don't have a Petrangelo
Okay.
shirt. Not yet. Not yet. All right, how about
Ninja
Chris Bat? How
Turtle
about
shirt?
Chris
No?
Bat's lead off today for us? What do you think?
Okay.
Let's go.
Mario Petrangelo.
A Mario Petrangelo. That's good. That was good. That's how you see. That's how you read something, Chris. You read the situation, you rolled with it. That was good. So you're learning about this. You're learning about this.
You
All right, what's
teaching
the
him
score?
about
What's the
making
score?
stuff up? Yeah.
Oh no, yeah, I told you, Chris did a good job. So get closer, Chris. Get the camera. So Chris, there was a moment where he blanked about something when we were doing our podcast on Saturday, and I said, Chris, this is where you just make it up. Me and Tony make it up all the time. And then the second I said it, he just boom, he snapped right to it and got
Love it.
got something going. So fake it till you make it, bro. All right, Chris, what's the score tonight?
4-3 Dallas in overtime.
4-3 stars overtime.
He likes that OT.
It's gonna be it should be a close game. Maybe well, I don't think it's gonna be as close of a game, but it should be a close game. Allie has mailed in her picks as she always does, and she confirms it. Like I just yelled to her while we were doing the read, and it's always 3-2 March or so Stone Vegas Golden Knights. But don't kid yourself. One of these days she's gonna surprise us. She's gonna surprise us one of these days. Like this isn't just me writing it down because I know it's what she's gonna say. These are confirmed picks every day. So Allie is 3-2 Golden Knights, March or so and Stone. Chris 4-3 stars overtime. Amadio and Petro.
Okay, I am going to go with VGK. So the Dallas No Stars start off 4-0. The No Stars. Yeah.
Oh wow, this is a fun one. This is going to be good.
Okay, so I'm going to go. Dallas takes a 4-0 lead, and then VGK scores 6 straight, 6-4.
Wow,
Golden Knights. And I'm going to
might be the most fun production, most fun score prediction we ever had on the show. This is historical, folks.
Okay, I'm going to go with. Okay, so I'm going to go with Eichel and Dadonov. I'm going to take Dadonov.
You're going to take Dadonov. We'll put you down for Amadio too.
Thank you. Just put me down with him. He's bound to break out. This poor fellow. He's been around the net so much, Amadio. Okay.
Eichel, Amadio, and a write-in vote for Dadonov. Got it.
Please put Dadonov there when you tweet it out.
I still say Dadonov was a misfit, by the way, but that's another story for another time. All right, so I'm going to go Hague and Stevenson. Nick Hague actually had a fun rush where he just was able to almost take a puck coast to coast, got across the blue line, and actually got a really good shot off. So I feel like we might see a Hager, but not a Hager bomb. It's going to be a Nick Hague goal, but not a Hager bomb. So I got to up my prediction game since Tony brought it pretty good for this segment. Stevenson as well. I think Stevenson, his legs are starting to get under him, and I think he's going to find a way to impose his will on tonight's game. I'm going to go 3-1 Dallas Stars, though. I don't feel this is. I mean, it might be a 2-1 game at the end for the Stars, whatever. But I just when I started my picks for the road trip, I did not have the Golden Knights winning this game in general. The Golden Knights are probably in a little worse form right now after the weekend's games. The positive side, there was a Tuesday practice. There should be a pregame skate today, Wednesday. So, I mean, the Golden Knights, I think, will be ready for this one. I don't like the vibe. So I'm going to take the Stars 3-1, and that's what I got.
And I'm going to take Stevenson with another turnbuckle hit in tonight's game.
As long as it's not a major penalty, I'm fine with that. As long as it's not a major.
That was some WWE stuff. We appreciate everyone tuning in, especially our everydayers. Thank you so much. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel, Locked On Golden Knights. If you want to put something into stocking stuffer, right? If coming up for Christmas, put a free subscription to Locked On Golden Knights, because you get all this comedy and much, much more.
We'll make like a graphic that like someone can tweet someone, you got a free subscription to Locked On Golden Knights.
Tomorrow morning, we will be in action. We're going to do a show. And I think I'm better when I'm sleep deprived like this. I think I'm much better. I'm not rocking or shaking or doing anything crazy. What the Friday on Friday, Saturday, Chris and Chris show, the YouTube exclusive.
It's a busy week.
You could only get a
busy
few
week
subscribed.
Busy week.
It's so busy. So, okay, real fast. Schedule. 3 games of hoops today. Tomorrow, a little light. 3 games of hoops. Play-by-play on Friday. Saturday, sideline reporting for UNLV football. Sunday, covering the Raiders. This is insanity, folks. I need a break. We appreciate you tuning in.
Listen to all this.
We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in. And we'll see you right here on Locked On Golden Knights. Have a great day.
There's the close. We're waiting for the close. There we go.